So there was this article I came across. Evidently, there was a Taco Bell manager who let an employee come and live with him, and basically he was murdered by that employee. What I read in this article is that Juan Stafford, 27, a manager at a Taco Bell in the Chesterfield Township, he let 24-year-old Stafford Drake of East Point stay with him. According to Stafford's relatives, Stafford learned that Drake was living in the back of the Taco Bell that they worked at, because he was homeless. And so he offered to give Drake somewhere to live. Shortly after Drake came and lived with Stafford, he became really aggressive, and he was so aggressive that the people at work were actually afraid of him. And this is after he came to stay with him. The employees was saying that Drake was starting to get really combative and they wanted to fire him, but Stafford actually always stood up for him and advocated for him. And so on Saturday, July 29th, Stafford asked Drake to leave his apartment, and that ask resulted in a fight. According to the Chesterfield police records, Drake shot and killed Stafford. And it's really unfortunate because Stafford was extremely caring and empathetic, and he cared about animals. And, it's a dime a dozen that you meet people like this, just good people. And that's why it's so messed up, because you're positive and you come in a negative situation. There's a lot of negative people that try to get you out because they don't want that positivity. They don't want you changing the negative dwelling, the negativity and how much it's, in the air. They don't want to change that at all. And so, it's unfortunate because this man opened up his house. He actually had a girlfriend that was about to move in. So I don't know if maybe she felt like, oh, wait a minute, you're letting this guy come and live with you. Hold on. Let me come in this situation. And a lot of times nowadays, unfortunately, letting a stranger come and live with you isn't always the safest idea. Even if you spend enough time, even if you feel like this individual would never hurt you, know anything about this individual. And so it's important for you to protect yourself, and you can always work those resources for a person. Working resources also basically teaches the other person that, hey, these resources are here and I could work them myself. And that's the goal, is to get them to get out of a state of, okay, this is just what I'm doing, and I go to work. And because when you're going to work, it becomes like a robotic thing, and you're not really considering, how well you're taking care of yourself at home. Really wish that Stafford would have did that. And he was just a kind individual. He opened up his home, and unfortunately the day that he told someone he wanted to help out, and that's just like the wackest shit ever. It's called the WXYZ Detroit. They have a link for the GoFundMe. Please, I am not responsible. I would say do your research, quadruple check a GoFundMe to make sure it's legit. I'm going to put the link to the article. It's the ABC article, and I'm trusting that they're, they fact check themselves, and so it's there. Okay, let's go to the next article.